we're still at the Distillery District. I just want to talk about my understanding of limiting beliefs and how to change them. Beliefs and limiting beliefs are kind of like this vague concepts that we think we know. And I just want to go over my perspective and understanding of limiting beliefs and how to change them in hopes that it might inspire you to approach changing beliefs in maybe a slightly different way. So, what are beliefs? From my understanding, beliefs are thoughts you believe to be true after having an emotional reaction to an experience. And because beliefs involve emotional reactions to our experiences, it's a full body experience. Emotion is the language of the body. So if we're having an emotional reaction to an experience and that becomes a belief, we believe with our entire body, basically. Our nervous system, our brain, our body changes when we have a different emotional reaction. And that emotional reaction, that experience, becomes ingrained in our subconscious mind as a belief. It could be a belief about yourself, about other people, about the world, how things work. It could be any type of belief. So when we talk about the subconscious mind, it's everything that is below the surface level of the intellect. It's everything below the mental level. So it's your nervous system, it's your entire body, it's the way your neurons are connected to each other. So essentially, our beliefs are tied to our experiences, our actions, and our emotional reactions to our experiences and actions. So in terms of having like a formula to create or change a belief, it might be something along the lines of experience plus action plus emotional reaction times frequency of said emotional reaction equals belief, right? And the strength of the belief. So the more you repeat an emotional reaction, the stronger your belief becomes. So how can we change our beliefs? How can we let go of limiting beliefs and believe in more expansive things? How can we believe in ourselves and believe in our power and have our beliefs shape our reality in a better way? We can approach it differently, and depending on what resonates most with you, there are a few different ways I think we can change beliefs. So in the formula, we have actions, experiences, emotional reactions, and frequency, right? What is in our control? We can't really control our experiences, but we can control our actions, our emotional reactions, and the frequency of those emotional reactions. We can also control the limiting beliefs directly in some aspects by doing things like hypnosis. We can access our subconscious mind somewhat directly by altering our states of mind, altering our brainwaves, and making ourselves more susceptible to different suggestions, right? When we're in more suggestible states, like during meditation or a trance, we can change our subconscious beliefs to better beliefs, right? So we can do things like hypnosis or guided meditations in order to change your limiting beliefs directly. It might take a few sessions. I'm not sure how long it would take. I have yet to try them, but as far as I've learned through books like Dr. Joe Dispenza's books, it takes repetition and really developing the skill of changing your state of mind to become more suggestible. So you can change your limiting beliefs directly by doing hypnosis or repeated meditations until your subconscious mind integrates the new beliefs, right? But if you don't want to do hypnosis, or it's difficult for you to find a hypnotherapist or things like that, you can also just do the things that are in your control of action, emotional reaction, and frequency. So if you have a limiting belief where you believe that, I don't know, let's say you're not sociable enough, that you don't have what it takes to make friends, for example, you have to challenge that belief with your actions, right? You have to gather evidence that the limiting belief you have isn't true. You have to show your subconscious mind evidence that invalidates your limiting belief. And the more evidence you can gather against your limiting belief, the easier it'll be for you to change your beliefs, right? So if you have the limiting belief of, I'm not capable of making friends, you have to go to different events, different clubs, different activities, and make small talk with people until you become friends with someone. And your actions will give you the evidence that your limiting belief is not true. And once you do that, your subconscious mind will choose a belief that is more in line with the actions and experiences you have. So once you gather evidence that you actually can be sociable, that people actually talk to you, and that you're actually able to have conversations, you can point those pieces of evidence towards the belief that you do want to have, which is you are a sociable person, you are likable, you are able to make friends easily, right? And that will allow you to change your beliefs. But just relying on changing your actions in order to change your beliefs is a slow and difficult process, I would say, because you're actively resisting the resistance you have to acting in alignment with the beliefs that you want to have. Because our beliefs shape our actions. Our beliefs shape our thoughts, our emotions, and the actions we take. So if we have a lot of limiting beliefs, those beliefs kind of prevent us from acting contrary to our beliefs in the first place, right? It's hard to act out of alignment with your beliefs. So when you want to change your beliefs through action, it takes a lot of courage and conscious awareness and intention and discipline to actually act contrary to your beliefs, right? So it's definitely doable, but you have to consistently bring conscious awareness to what you're doing and intentionally choose different actions that would align with the beliefs that you want to have instead of the beliefs that you already have, right? So what I intend to do to change my own limiting beliefs is to change my actions, to change my emotional reactions to my experiences and stimuli, to repeat the emotional reactions that I want to have and the actions that I want to take as much as possible, and to do guided meditations and, I guess, self-hypnosis techniques in order to directly change my limiting beliefs as much as I can. I intend to attack these beliefs from all fronts. And at this point in my journey, I feel like changing my limiting beliefs into expansive beliefs that will actually serve me, is the key to unlocking the next level of my growth and progress. Because so far it feels like I've been struggling to walk like through quicksand or like mud, and it feels like every action I'm taking is just like a drop in the bucket. It feels very slow and like drawn out. It feels like the progress I'm making is slower than it needs to be. And I think the only way I can actually increase my speed, increase my progress, and experience a better reality is by changing my beliefs. And because it's a full body experience, I need to change my beliefs fully by changing my emotional reactions, how my nervous system reacts to my environment and certain situations. I basically have to change my beliefs by showing my body it is safe to believe something else. It is possible to believe something else. So I think the steps I need to take in order to change my beliefs is first identify the beliefs that I currently have, the limiting beliefs that I have about myself in different situations, about the world, about other people. And then identify the beliefs that I do want to have and determine the actions I need to take that would align me with the beliefs I want to have in order to gather evidence against my limiting beliefs. So once I have identified the actions I need to take, I just need to take those and consciously be aware of my emotional reactions and try to change them as best I can in the moment. And then reflect. Reflect on the actions I took, on the evidence I have gathered against my limiting beliefs and in alignment with my desired beliefs. And actually write it out like on paper so that my eyes see the evidence, right? This is the evidence I have gathered in alignment with my desired beliefs, and these contradict my limiting beliefs. And after doing this reflection, maybe I'll do a hypnosis to reinforce the desired beliefs, and then repeat the cycle of action, conscious awareness of my emotional reaction, and then reflection to gather more evidence against my limiting beliefs and in alignment with my desired beliefs. And then maybe another hypnosis or self-guided meditation, and then just repeat until I have so much evidence against my limiting beliefs that it's impossible to continue believing those limiting beliefs, right? Yeah, that's my game plan. That's my game plan to change my limiting beliefs, because I want to get rid of the resistance I have to changing my life. And there will always be resistance. I think the more we grow, the more we progress, resistance will always come up. It's not like you can suddenly erase every bit of resistance you will ever have. So it's an ongoing process, but if we can change our actions, our emotional reactions, and increase the frequency of those actions and emotional reactions that we want to have, we will be able to change our beliefs more easily. And the set of beliefs we have currently creates our current reality. The sum of all my beliefs, the amalgamation of all my subconscious beliefs, create my reality. Once we hit, I think, 30 or 35, 95% of our day is controlled by our subconscious mind. That means 95% of our lived reality comes from our subconscious beliefs. Our eyes, our ears, our subconscious beliefs, our mind curates our reality. We curate our reality based on what we believe to be true. So if we change our beliefs, we are curating reality in alignment with those new beliefs. And if you can change your beliefs to be more expansive, more aligned with your highest good, whatever that is, you'll be able to experience a better reality physically. You'll be able to experience a reality that is aligned with your desires, your highest good, and just have a better time living life, right? So that's what I intend to do. I think I'm going to create a newsletter to just write about my experiments and the updates I have on my experiments and what I'm learning on this journey. So yeah, that's all for today. Please let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out my other videos. I would very much appreciate that. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye.